Joining us in the Hyundai Texans Radio studio for the first time ever, it's Jake Andrews, center. Welcome, Jake.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so you're new to the team, not new to the NFL, though. So what are you thinking so far? Texans practice is underway, the meetings, a lot of new O-linemen. What do you think?
I'm having a lot of fun right now. I'm just honestly just lucky to be here, blessed to be here, trying to enjoy it as much as I can. It's a lot different than where I'm from. I feel like, I've always heard there's 32 teams that do business 32 different ways, and so I like the way they do it here, and I'm, like I said, really happy to be here and just trying to enjoy it.
So a couple years ago, I said this the other day on the air. You're at the Senior Bowl. I think it was 23 at the Senior Bowl, and my buddy Lance Zierlein was talking to you. And so I saw Lance, and so I just was going to listen to what you had to say. And at some point, I remember saying to you, "You're a wrestler, weren't you?" And you were like, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" I was like, interior offensive linemen that wrestle have like a certain look. Like, you can just tell.
Yeah.
How important was wrestling to you, and how did that kind of help you in your football career?
Very important to me, not only for football, but just as a individual with the mental capacity of it. Yep. I mean, if you can wrestle one-on-one for 6 minutes straight versus anybody, you got to have a little something to you. And so you develop that, and then obviously the technical things that help you with football, like leverage, hand position, balance, good feet, being able to do stuff like that. Obviously transition as well, especially to the interior of offensive line play. And so, yeah, it's been really important. And I'm glad I do it. I would advocate for everybody to at least try to wrestle if you're a football player, no matter what position you play, because, like I said, it's going to help you either mentally or physically, hopefully both.
Right.
And so, yeah.
So you were a heavyweight, right?
I was, yeah.
So at a heavyweight, you don't have to make weight. You can be as heavy as you need to be, right? Or is that not true?
They used to be called super heavyweight. So they had like what heavyweight is now, which is 285 is the limit. And then they used to have back in the day super heavyweight, which was anybody over that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I wrestled under 285.
Yeah, okay. You never had a problem making weight.
No, not till my senior year. Yeah, I had to cut weight senior year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, cool. Because I'd get heavy for football, and then I'd have to cut it all back down. I'd be like 310 for football, have to get back to 285.
My gosh.
So, yeah.
How tough was that?
It was pretty rough.
I did that in college. He was our fullback at 225 pounds, 225 pounds. Mm-hmm. And then he would wrestle. Yeah. So the last 2-3 weeks of the football year, he would leave and go wrestle at 177.
Yeah, it's crazy. We had a guy that wrestled for in high school. We have different weight classes, but he was 106. That was his weight class, but he walked around at like 150.
Oh my god!
And so he had to cut all that weight. And they have this like hydration test where you have to be so hydrated to make a certain weight class that you want to wrestle in, and they kind of limit you. Like, hey, you can only drop 20 pounds. You can only go this far down. And so, we did that while football was still going on. So I'm like cutting weight during the end of football season, trying to be able to legally drop down to 285 pounds. So, yeah, it was tough. But that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, if you can do that type of stuff, I mean, it sounds crazy and absurd, but if you can do that, you can do anything.
Yeah, that's right.
So you were at Troy with Cole Popovich, right?
I was, yes.
All right, so tell the listeners, viewers, about Cole Popovich. What kind of coach is he? What kind of guy is he? You've been around him for a while.
Whenever somebody asks me about Pop, the thing that comes to my mind is winning. That's all he wants to do is win. Mm-hmm. He wants to win football games. He wants to go home, hang out with his family. He wants to come back the next day and start winning again. You know what I mean? Awesome dude. I wouldn't be here without him, and I'll go ahead and say that. I wouldn't say that about a lot of people, but there's probably only 2 people I would say that about, but he's definitely one of them. He came to Troy my senior year. I'd been trying since I was knee-high to a cricket, trying to play center. Nobody would ever let me do it, all growing up. And then he finally came in, and I guess he was smart enough or dumb enough, whichever one you want to look at it, and he let me do it. And like I said, without him, I wouldn't be here. He's a great man of God, a fierce competitor, even just as a coach, really smart, very detailed in the things he does. And like I said, I'm very lucky to be here with him and to have been with him in Troy.
So was that something you wanted to do, to play center, and they would let you? What was it about playing center? Did you think that was the best fit for you?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have ever said to a coach like, hey, I need to play center if I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to do it because you're in the middle of the line.
Right.
I always had an affinity for leading. I hope I used affinity right way.
No, you did. That was perfect.
And so I was always just drawn to it,
Gotcha.
and always wanted to. I always wanted to do what was best for the team, still do. So, I played guard. I played both guards, whatever. But I did deep down have a feeling. I just never, said to anybody like, hey, I think I should probably play center.
Jake, what can you share with us about the system? What's going to be run here in this offense without giving away too many secrets to the enemy?
No secrets.
The ball is going to be run. I tell you that much. We're going to run the football. Kaylee's doing a good job with putting all that stuff together. We're going to protect CJ or whoever's back there. Try to make it us 5 up front. We're going to try to make it our life's work to not have anybody in his lap or touching him at all. We're going to pound the rock and we're going to air it out. We're going to keep people on their toes, and we're going to play tough physical football. And people are going to know when they wake up on Monday morning that they just got done playing the Houston Texans.
Jake, you've had I don't know how many new players to the Texans that have been, and so guys are getting to know one another. You're lining up to somebody you never lined up next to, more than likely. What's that been like to help foster the chemistry? What have you guys kind of been doing to make sure that you guys are thinking as a group as opposed to guys that just got to know each other within the last month or so?
Yeah, for me, it's easier because I ran this system, exact system, different verbiage in college, my senior year.
Sure.
My rookie year when I was in New England, I ran the same thing with Bill O'Brien.
Yep.
And so for me, it's been pretty easy because I can communicate with guys who are seeing this stuff for the first time.
Right.
And, it's easy for me to say, hey, well, we used to do it this way. And I know what Cole wants, Popovich.
Yep.
I know what he wants. I know what he wants stuff to look like. And so maybe we didn't get to it in a meeting. Maybe we didn't get to talk about it during the walkthrough. But when we get out there and I'm talking to guys about stuff in the locker room, I can let them know, like, hey, let's try this differently.
Yeah.
Hey, he wants this to look like that when you've got, X, Y, Z out there in front of you.
Yeah.
Jake, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.